if you missed Brian's forecast, it's going to be like summer today. Just beautiful. Time to get out in the patio. Time to check in with interior designer doing the outdoors for us, Glen Peloso. Hey, Glen.
How are you, Bob?
Good. Interior outdoor designer.
Yes, exactly. And I'd like you to personally thank Brian for me, because I'm totally loving this beautiful weather. I know that he's personally responsible. I'm totally kidding. But let's talk a little bit about getting outside now, because now we're going to be able to enjoy this beautiful weather, and you want to be able to create a setting that's outside. So I started up here on the patio because essentially, in terms of the way that you want to think about designing your outside spaces, you want to keep the kitchen closest to the kitchen. Our kitchen is there, and so right out here you have this sort of a dining space. I mean, I also have a secondary kitchen over here with all kinds of various appliances to help me through that process as well. But when you want to set up a table, it doesn't have to be a particularly expensive thing to do. For instance, all of the stuff that I put here, I did this all at Winners, which is it's a great place to be able to find some really beautiful things. This is a porcelain topped table, which I think is absolutely beautiful. The tabletop comes off. Because it's porcelain, it's fine outside in all kinds of different weather. The sun isn't going to damage it at all. And then I coupled it with these lovely string-back chairs, just because they have a bit of durability. You can add cushions to them, but you certainly don't have to. If you want to add a bit of color, that's a great thing to be able to do. But they also have all this great tabletop. That all of this comes from Italy, which is, of course, where I am from as well. And so I like to be able to have something in my hands that makes me feel like I'm back home again. I'm just kidding. And so you're able to create sort of a beautiful tablescape all out of these things. And then what you do is you come outside, you sit out here. It's easy to clean up from inside. So you want to keep this space relatively close to where the kitchen is, so that you end up with a beautiful space to stay.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you're going to add in all of your flowers and all that kind of stuff as well, and then you end up with that great space. Now let's come out here and I'll show you what I did out here.
Okay, while you're heading to the back line, I wanted to ask you about the porcelain table. It's pretty hardy. It's okay. It'll survive the winter temperatures okay as well, right?
It will, absolutely.
Yeah.
The only thing you really have to worry about with any of those kinds of things is huge temperature fluctuations. So what I wouldn't suggest is that you come outside with a really hot pot of pasta vazou and you put it on top of the table. Then if the temperature of the pot and the temperature of the table are really have a big differential, you might have a problem there.
Okay.
But still use a trivet just like a regular table. You're going to work it out, Bob.
Okay.
You're married now. Someone can take care of it.
Thank goodness. That's a nice setup right there.
So all of this is Winners, which I think is great. I mean, they have some really wonderful, I love these cushions. They have tons of these, and these are like a great. You get 2 of them for like $30, which is great. Add some throws into this. Have a little carpet if you don't want to actually do something and create a secondary deck. You can have a carpet, a little hard on the grass, but you end up with a nice little space here. You always want to have a little place to be able to have a little bit of something towards the end of the day. You put this together with some really wonderful cushions, which I find incredibly comfortable. They have these tables. This again is tile, so it has a really nice look and feel to it. Couple that with a beautiful candle in the middle. I love the fact that in our yard we have all of these light fixtures above us. So in the as it gets to be more later into the day, evening, dusk, you still end up with this really beautiful light sitting here. You can sit out here for hours and hours. You could add a heating system out here as well if you wanted to have a propane heater out here, but you certainly don't need it. You probably do want to have a little bug spray. At least bugs really like me, so I like to have a little bug spray.
Yeah, you can get those lanterns too. There's all kinds of those lanterns, or the little electronic devices to keep them away.
Yeah. Keep the bugs away. So again, you can see the really fun colors in terms of the cushions. This is the sort of thing that once you've bought the stable pieces, which might be a little bit more expensive, then you can change this stuff out every year. So you could have a whole other color theme in the following year. I love these sort of really wonderful blues that we're seeing now in terms of this kind of this oceanic blue that we're seeing again. You see it again into these cushions. It creates a really sort of happy, wonderful feel. I don't know how many people are going to get away and get on vacation. I know everybody's excited to be able to do that. But for the rest of the year, because the outdoors is so beautiful, really, particularly thanks to Brian, I keep him completely responsible. I think that what happens is you have all of this great space. You get to double the size of your house. So what you want to be able to do is have a living room sitting over here. You have a dining room a little further up there. And if you want to go beyond that, then add a little sort of lounge back there where you have a couple of lounge chairs that you could sit in the sun. You could read a book. And so you're silly, sort of taking the whole house and opening it up.
Yeah.
So that you have
Just perfect outdoor living for the summer. We got to go, and you better get out of your neighbor's yard. Glen Peloso, thanks for joining us.
They don't mind.